What's up and what's good, everybody, and welcome to Loc'D On Sports 216 Special Edition on this Friday evening. I usually come on Thursday, but times couldn't be met, so I'm coming on a Friday ahead in a couple of days of the biggest Cleveland Browns game to date. The Browns will be taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers this weekend on Sunday. Ahead of the news of, unfortunately, Deshaun Watson will be no longer with us for the rest of this season. He had to have surgery on his shoulder, throwing shoulder, and hopefully he gets back and makes a full recovery for the 2024 season. But this week, the Browns got a big game this week. Big game against the Pittsburgh Steelers this Sunday at 1 o'clock. The Browns are 6-3 in third place in the AFC North, and the Steelers are 6-3 and in second place in AFC North. AFC North. Now in the Locked On Sports 216 Power Rankings, I got Pittsburgh ranked 7th and the Browns ranked 8th, primarily because the Steelers beat us in a head-to-head matchup. But I got a different perspective today coming on the show today. I got my man with the Steelers perspective. My man Hurricane from the host of the Talking Sports With podcast. What's up, Hurricane? What's good?
What's going on, How are you doing?
Doing pretty good. Yourself?
Oh, not too bad, man. Just I'm actually ready to get this game going. It's always fun this week of game action. We got to see Joe Burrow go down for the year last night.
Yeah,
and that's a whole debacle. Apparently, they were looking into it before. Now they're like thinking, but I didn't really see the pregame last night, Keith. So I don't know if Burrow was throwing the ball pregame or if he was hurt. I didn't see any of it. I have no idea.
They said he was wearing a sleeve.
I just know whenever. I just know when I turned it on and I watched him throw that one pass, I was like, what happened to him?
Right. And it didn't look good after he threw it. I was like, ooh, that might be, that don't look good.
And if you look at the hands, the one was just huge. Then the pinky looked broke, and I don't know. Did he punch something? Did he punch a locker? Was he pissed?
Who knows?
But yeah, that was not good.
And the NFL is investigating Cincinnati because they didn't say nothing about no wrist injury in the injury report earlier before the game.
I mean, but then again, it could have just snapped all together during the game.
Yeah.
I mean, that's possible.
That's possible. But, man, quarterbacks going down like flies in the AFC North.
Saw that. I thought we were going to lose Lamar Jackson last night, too.
Yeah, definitely. I've seen that. I was like, wow.
We did see another big loss with the loss of Mark Andrews.
Yes.
But still, that Baltimore team is pretty vicious on paper still.
Ooh, man, if Lamar can get the ball to his receivers like he was getting them to him against Cincinnati, they're going to be dangerous.
Right. Now, especially with that new running back coming up. What? Ed in Columbus chimed in there. I saw that.
Also, before I get to the comments real quick, the chat lines are open. Feel free to chime in anytime. During this show. I also had a comment from my man Ed. If I can get to the comments real quick. There we go. The chat. Ed said, Snoop Dogg quit smoking. Browns are beating Pittsburgh. Times they are changing.
Well, the overall record is what, 79, 61-1. We had that one tie. 2-1 in the playoffs. Obviously, everyone remembers the game you guys beat us in the playoffs. Obviously,
Yeah, and
um,
I actually remember all three playoff games. All three of them were all played in Pittsburgh. Matter of fact,
I
all
believe they
three of
were.
them.
Yes.
Yep,
Sorry.
all three of them.
Sometimes,
So,
sometimes Phoenix gets in the way of things here. She likes to make her cameo. There she is.
so
I know.
all
I
right.
don't have the greatest lighting, Keith. I had to move my studio around. I'm still working on things here.
Don't
Um,
worry about it. We all working on stuff basically.
um,
Hey, let me ask you this: what is Pittsburgh's overall? How are they receiving the Steelers right now? How are they feeling the Steelers right now for us this year?
man, it's still a rough question. I mean, when you're winning, things are always riding. You know, it's hard to talk bad about the team. Canada coming down on the field has been one of the biggest improvements.
Okay.
Um, that I'm starting to see, like maybe Canada's more of a one-on-one, needs to be interaction with the team. I feel that helps a lot. I am not a huge Mike Tomlin fan. I feel he
Okay.
should have been. I feel he should have been let go right around the 2015 to 2018 in that time frame right there. He just wasn't winning any games. He had Big Ben, Bell, Brown, Martavius Bryant. He had all the weapons where he should have way more than one Super Bowl. But when you lose games, you can't coach against. And I really feel he's also brought the city completely down by believing that 500 football is winning football. It's not. In this city alone, winning championships is winning football, not 500 football. Now, maybe not to be the downgrader here, Keith, but maybe if he was in Cleveland and had 500 seasons, you guys probably would already have a statue for this guy.
I'm gonna tell you something that's funny. You don't share that. You share the same sentiment I share as a Yankees fan, and you share the same sentiment as one of my partners, Joe Simpty in Boston, shares as far as the Celtics. It ain't about the regular season stuff finishing at 500. It's about winning the chip.
Right.
And if you ain't winning the chip, it don't say nothing else to me. You know what I'm saying? Now,
Right.
you are right
Right.
about here in Cleveland because we done had some dry spells over the last 25 years for right now.
Nice spells. It's gone through like 26 quarterbacks, I believe.
Yeah, we getting up there. I ain't gonna even lie to you. Probably getting up to
So,
around my age.
so Keith, this is an off the wall question. If you look at like when this team got relocated, a new franchise was born in Baltimore. They
Yes.
never took the franchise out of Cleveland.
Right. They kept the colors and all that. They kept the
They
colors.
never took the franchise out. They started a new franchise in Baltimore and let Cleveland stay in Cleveland because if they started a new franchise in Cleveland, what was that, 2001?
No, 99. 99.
99 when they came back,
Yeah.
then that means these stats would all be erased.
Right. It wouldn't be no stuff about Jim Brown or nothing
It wouldn't
about
be
that.
79-61 over the Steelers record. It would be whatever we were since 99.
Right. Oh, 99. I don't even want to talk about that record.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, they never took the franchise out of Cleveland. They
Right.
just
They kept the
they just made a
colors and
new
the
team
records.
and
Yeah, that's
forced you
it.
guys to build a new stadium.
Right. They also, not even that, they also forced, and I don't think the Browns ever recovered from this. The Browns were actually supposed to start in 2000, but the NFL made them start in 99.
Wonder why.
And the Browns been behind the eight ball ever since. And I think right now, finally, they're starting to swing the pendulum a little bit now.
Sorry.
Oh, that's cool. They starting to
Sometimes
swing the
when I get home
pendulum a
from
little
work,
bit.
sometimes when I get home from work, she needs to wind down a little bit, and I didn't really play with her today, so that's why she's being a little hyper right now. She is our mascot for driving. She is our mascot for driving to the top production. She usually makes her cameo and makes her shows. So, but anyway, yeah. So that's why I really feel that they never wanted to get rid of Cleveland. They just wanted to make them get a new stadium. So they're like, we're just gonna get rid of your team, keep it here, and we're just gonna start a new team in Baltimore.
Yeah, because it was kind of a messy situation. Because that year when the Browns announced they were moving, that team was actually favored to go to the Super Bowl that year under Belichick. That last year, '95. And when Art Modell announced the move, the Browns was something like 5-2 or 4-2, something like that, and then they
Yeah, they
bottomed
were
out
they were
after that.
decent.
Yeah, because they had just came off the playoff year when Pittsburgh had put them out, and they had real big expectations, and nobody seen the Browns move coming. And then it was around the time also where we had just got the Guardians' new stadium at the time, Jacobs Field.
I
Got
love
the
Jacob
cute,
Field,
yeah,
Keith. I'm
got
not gonna lie.
the. I do too.
I know you're a Yankees fan, but
Oh, Jacobs Field. Well, Progressive Field. That field's second to none. I'm gonna be honest. That field is second to none. Oh man,
you know what I'm laughing. You know what I'm laughing about.
right. It's at the NFL force Cleveland like.
Oh
I have
man.
no comment. I have no
Ed, you
comment
do
at
know
all.
the first person Big Ben called was Ray Lewis's lawyer after that incident.
so so honestly, how has your offense progressed since Matt Canada's got on the field now, as far as with Kenny Pickett is concerned?
Look, Kenny Pickett, he's only in his second year.
Mm-hmm.
They don't let him throw the ball deep for some reason still.
Why?
That is like a great question. No one really knows.
You
Um,
got one of the better up and coming receivers
we have two
in
of them.
Pickens. Yeah.
Deontay
Deontay
Johnson
Johnson and
looks to
Pickens.
be Deontay Johnson looks to be rejuvenated too.
Yeah. Why?
And I have no clue what they're doing. I have no clue. I don't, and Tomlin's so hard to get an answer out of the truth. I mean, he just sticks to cliches that click, and everyone's like, "Ooh," but he never really gives an answer, and it's kind of sad. But Keith, this has been like the big question around here lately, and I don't
Okay.
know who started it. What defense for the Steelers did you fear more, the 08 or 10?
Mm. Marvin Harrison played on both of those defenses, didn't he?
James
James Harrison, I mean, my fault.
Troy Polamalu was there, James
Ah,
Barrier. Um, yeah,
I would have to say the 10.
I would say the 08.
I had to
Um,
say the 10.
but
But either way, when they came to Cleveland, it was like a hostile takeover.
I was there for a couple games.
It was a hostile takeover. I remember my son was in high school at the time, and he'd get free tickets to the game and everything. So he went, and he'd always go when it was Cleveland Pittsburgh. And first thing he'll come back telling me, he'll be like, Dad, it was more Steelers fans at the game than the Browns fans. And I'm like,
It might be
oh,
pretty even now, though, Keith.
yeah, for right now. But I think, well, a lot of fans gravitated to Pittsburgh when the Browns left for those 3 years. And then some, because, the NFL tried to force us to like the Ravens, and that wasn't going down at all and everything. I think they showed their games all 3 years like they was in Cleveland still. And then a lot of fans went over to the dark side, to Pittsburgh, over to the dark side. And
That's funny. We call you into the dark side.
they went to the dark side. So, and they came back. But I forgot. I got off top. I just got off topic and everything. But
Keith, it happens. You know what I almost forgot to do, Keith?
what's
I had
that?
my Indians hat on today all day at work, and I forgot I had it on. I almost had it on for the show. I'm an Indians fan, Guardians fan, whatever you want to call it. I have a cottage right there in Ashtabula.
Oh, okay, okay.
So my younger days of being up there all the time, Omar Vizquel, Carlos Baerga, Sandy Alomar, Jim Thome,
Man,
Manny
them were some
Ramirez and
great
left,
teams back then. And for them not to win a
Hey
World
Joe.
Series was a crime.
And when we do our Cleveland show, I have Mark Trumba comes on sometimes. He was the PA
Oh, okay,
announcer. He was the PA
okay,
announcer for them back in that World Series year.
okay.
So yeah, I do have some ties. I just haven't gone to the Browns cheering section yet.
Come on,
No.
we might could persuade you after Sunday.
Um,
But let me ask you this: what is the pulse of Pittsburgh on facing the Browns now that Deshaun Watson isn't going to play?
I think it got a little more scarier. And here's why. Because usually when you have a rookie quarterback come in,
Yes.
they like to throw to the tight end.
Yep.
And unfortunately, our middle of our defense right now is very thin. So the middle of the field could be wide open. The Joko could be a great fantasy play this weekend. If you're in like a PPR, one point per catch, because he's going to be wide open over the middle all day. With Quan Alexander out and Minka's just got rolled out today.
Minka. Wait a minute. Minka Fitzpatrick is out?
Yeah, Fitzpatrick's out and Quan Alexander.
Okay.
Yeah, they both got rolled out today.
Okay, I was looking forward to seeing Minka.
I got the jersey right behind me. 39 right there.
I was looking forward to seeing him come in Cleveland and everything.
Are you going to the game?
No, I'm not going to the game. I'm not going.
Why not?
I'm not going. I'm gonna enjoy it watching it at home.
There you go. All right.
Check out. I ain't got to stand in line to use the bathroom. I ain't got to stand in line to eat. I will be right at home on my sectional.
I was at the Christmas Eve game when it was 41-0.
From Pittsburgh?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
See.
What was that? 2005. That was the most games I went to in one season. I had season tickets at home, but I was like, I might as well just try and go to all 16 then.
Right.
But I made it to 4 road games, and I had season tickets for the home, so that was pretty cool.
I went to the tie game.
I was going to ask, when was the tie game? I couldn't find it.
Tie game was in 2018. That was before Baker hit the field. And actually, matter of fact, that might have been one of the last games Josh Gordon played here. Believe it or not, because he scored a touchdown in that game.
Okay.
Yep, he scored a touchdown in that game, and I thought we was gonna win and dude missed the field goal. I was like, dang, can't beat this squad. And he said, "Big."
I think Ed needs to jump on here and have some fun.
I can send him the link. Can Kenny Pickett hold one with both hands? Oh my god!
Wasn't Baker Mayfield measured by hands too? Wasn't he questionable on the opening number 1 draft pick? Which I'm sure you wish you had him now.
Honestly, You know what? I will say this. I'm gonna say this about Baker, for real, for real. I wasn't a big proponent of the Browns drafting him back in 18.
Because of the small hands.
No, I didn't think he could see over the line back then. Honestly, I didn't think he could see over the line. And then I watched the Oklahoma Georgia game when they was in the playoffs or whatever and stuff, or the bowl game, whichever it was. And Baker had an effective first half until Georgia started throwing people at him. You know what I'm saying? Start blitzing them from all sides. And I was like, Plus, he was a little small to me. I was really at that time either a Sam Darnold guy or a Lamar Jackson guy. I didn't really see too much of Josh Allen. And the one time I did see Josh Allen, he stunk up the joint in the bowl game. And I really never was in on Rosen at all.
Right.
I wasn't in on Rosen. I was really a Sam Darnold guy and a Lamar Jackson guy.
And
So,
here's another reason, like DTR is going to have some anger, revenge, because his final college game in the Sun Bowl, he
yeah.
lost a Pitt.
Oh, he did? Oh,
Yeah.
wee.
So there might be some added fire. I don't know much on this kid, but like I said, that middle of the field's gonna be wide open. Njoku could be a great play this week in fantasy. I'm sure. I don't know if you talk fantasy on your show or not, but like I said, you're looking for a PPR tight end. He could be your guy.
I got Njoku too this week too. Plus, I think Evan Ingram is out or something like that. I don't know if he got a bye week or something. I don't know, but
I didn't see he was out. They play.
Yeah. Wait a
No,
minute,
wait.
no, he's not out.
Jacksonville and Indy have the bye, I believe.
Right. So I got Njoku on my fantasy team, so he'll
So
be starting.
you could be in for a big game, buddy.
Oh yeah.
I hope not, but I'm just telling you, the middle of the field's gonna be wide open for him.
Now I got somebody else on my fantasy team, one of my fantasy teams. This guy is interesting, and I don't know. Hopefully, though, Mike Tomlin doesn't see the light till after this week. Jaylen Warren.
They both been averaging double digits in the last 3 weeks.
Yes.
Najee hasn't really been getting the yards, but he's been getting the touchdowns. So if he has 40 yards and a touch, that's 10 points. And he usually has 1 to 2 catches out of the backfield. So he's been getting about 12 to 13 points per week. Jaylen Warren has just been running the living hell out of the ball lately. The dude's a bowling ball that just doesn't go down because he's only 5'8", and he's already parallel to the ground. So bringing him down is very complicated, and he's very agile, as you saw last week whenever he did the circle rotation and got out of it. Even on the touchdown run he had, Jaylen Warren's been averaging 14 to 16 points the last 3 weeks as well. So this running game is starting to come alive. So if the running game can come alive this week again, maybe we're going to see Pickett be able to throw the ball deep. But we are playing against the what I think are 2 or 3 in defense overall in the NFL.
Yes.
It's going to be. I think it's going to be a really good game. I don't really hope so, but I think it will be. I'm thinking a touchdown.
I'm thinking it's going to be close because I look at it like this. I think whoever wins the turnover battle is going to win the game. Because everybody here in Cleveland keeps a lot of people is like, well, we starting DTR. I think as long as he doesn't turn the ball over, we're good.
Now, what are they saying? There he is. Now, what are they saying on that? What's up, Ed?
Hurricane, you're going to feel the pain, brother, come Sunday when the Cleveland Browns bring it.
Okay. All right. We'll see. We'll see. Like I was just telling Ed, the middle of the field is going to be wide open.
Yeah, it usually is.
Yeah.
If you watch the Cleveland Browns, yeah, we know that. Keith and I talk about that all the time. We're very
Because
familiar
we got
with
the
our coverage.
same problem too.
Yeah.
We got the same problem. Our middle of the field be open at times
Ed, I
too.
gotta admit, it's a little weird not seeing you in a full like button down
I know.
shirt.
I know. You know what? I'm letting my guard down tonight.
That's
I'm
all right.
bringing-
You're allowed.
It's Friday night. You know, just got paid. It's Friday
Hey,
night.
nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. So Ed,
Yes.
I asked Hurricane about the overall temperature, how people feel about Mike Tomlin and the Steelers. Where they're all in on the Steelers, but some are not in on Tomlin.
Well, like I think Hurricane put it eloquently when he said basically they don't stand for that 500 bullshit in Pittsburgh, and it's just like Ohio State. Ryan Day wins a lot of games, but if you don't win the one on November 25th and you lose 3 straight years to the team up north, all those games against Minnesota and Iowa and Wisconsin, it don't mean nothing. And I think that his point, winning regular season games, it's fine. But what have you doing in the playoffs, and how many rings are you winning? Because Pittsburgh's one of those legacy franchises where,
True.
they're competing with New England, San Francisco, Dallas for the amount of rings
Yes.
that they have.
No one's
And
competing with New England this year.
Cleveland's like the Bears when it comes to, we're a legacy franchise, but unfortunately our glory days were 50 years ago, and kind of like the Bears.
It's pre-Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's pre-Super Bowl. And
You guys would have had what, 8 by now? If it
Yeah.
was Super
Yeah.
Bowl era, what was it, like 55 through 64? Yins won
Yep.
6 or 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like I said, it's just unfortunately, because if you look at the one thing about Pittsburgh that they don't like to talk about, but it's been so long that they don't have to talk about it. You look from like 1940 to 1970, before Chuck Noll took the job.
That was an awful football.
They were horrible. They were like the Browns from '99 until now. It just so happens that when you suck in the Super Bowl era and with media and social media and devices. I mean, let's be real. If you sucked in 1945, 1955, nobody cared. I mean, you read the newspaper the next day and you moved on with your life. And nowadays, the NFL is all consuming.
Also, Ed, to stick to your point, back then in the era you're talking about, they all had regular jobs.
Exactly right. They sold insurance.
Like football wasn't their only job.
Right.
That, and also you didn't have ESPN, Fox Sports 1, 24/7.
Right. Exactly.
I don't think we had TV yet, did we?
I mean, a lot of people didn't.
They had just got. Matter of fact, they had just. Well, not in the 40s, but in the 50s, they did. Slowly in the 50s.
And then color
50s
TV came
60s.
around in like the 60s, like that.
Right.
So.
Right.
I mean,
and then eventually football got better.
No, my question to you, Hurricane, is I know you're probably in Pittsburgh, but I always say this to a lot of Steelers fans. Can you name all 3 rivers?
Allegheny, Monongahela, Ohio.
Yeah. And it's funny.
He said it just nonchalantly too.
Well, yeah, and it's Monongahela that they always get wrong. They don't know that one for some reason. So
I mean, it's the 3 rivers. I don't know.
I know, right? I mean,
yeah. I mean, it's like
I put this rivalry as it's one of those things where I think what makes it great. Obviously, if the Browns were more competitive, winning, especially since 1999, it would make it a lot better. But if you look at, I had an old media guide when I lived in Cleveland in 1989. My dad worked for the Lorraine Journal. He worked for the Cleveland Plain Dealer as well. But he got an old media guide. Yeah, and he brought it home. And I remember looking at, like you pointed out, that the Steelers lead the all-time series like 79-61 and like one tie or whatever. I remember like back in the day, it was the Browns actually with the advantage, like 54-46. It's just been so one-sided since 1999, and obviously with Roethlisberger and with Tomlin and what they've done to the Browns since then, and obviously even Bill Cowher. And it's kind of sad because it's just like the Browns would need another the Steelers to suck for another 30 years to almost catch up with what they've kind of done to us. If you look at like the Ohio State-Michigan rivalry, in the last 50 years, it's pretty much even. I know Ohio State's like dominated since like 2000, and the Wolverines got cheap victories from like 1890 when it was intramural. Like the first 19 years they beat the Buckeyes, which doesn't even count because, like I said, I don't even know if we actually fielded a real football team. And it's just like the rivalry is actually really close, and the proximity between Cleveland and Pittsburgh, and then you got the battleground of Youngstown, which makes it fun as well. So, I think it's one of the greatest things in the NFL because, you look at the Bears and Packers, and that's a fun rivalry, but I don't think nothing compares to the Browns and the Steelers. It just so happens that the Browns need to get back to the winning tradition that they once had back in the 50s and 60s so that it is actually a fun rivalry that actually people in the NFL care about. Like when we watch these other rivalries, it matters because, when the Chiefs play whoever, it matters because those are like Super Bowl contending teams. I mean, Pittsburgh's been a Super Bowl contending team in the 2000s, and the Browns need to get there so that this rivalry become the rivalry that like a Michigan Ohio State is when you got like two number 1, number 2s going at each other.
True.
Definitely.
True.
I think all three teams. I think the three teams now can still make it. I don't think Jake Browning's gonna.
No, I don't.
Bengals very much further.
Well, they don't have. Here's the thing: they don't have the defense. Like, no offense to the Browning or whatever. Like, let's be real, he's not that great of a quarterback. But here's the thing: either is PJ Walker, and I don't know how good DTR is. But the Browns and the Steelers have one thing that these other teams, and the Ravens have it too. Obviously, and they got Lamar healthy. But we have great defenses. Like as much as we hate you guys and you hate us or whatever like that, we're very similar in the makeup of our teams. Now we both got pretty shitty quarterbacks. We try to run the football, kick field goals, and play great defense.
I don't think the weather's going to be a factor on Sunday either, guys.
No, it's supposed to be sunny and 50 degrees.
Yep.
No quick lake effect snow.
No. Hey, we ain't trying to talk that up because it's supposed to get chilly during the week, during Thanksgiving up here. Supposed to get down in the 30s.
That lake effect snow ain't no bullshit.
No joke at
all.
all.
I think I'll be real with you. I think Pittsburgh's actually a tougher place to play, and here's why. That wind in formerly Heinz Field.
You call it Heinz Field. That's what most of us.
Okay, Heinz Field. Like you guys, I think kicking field goals in Heinz Field is even tougher than actually Cleveland Browns Stadium.
Yeah, it is.
I'd rather go to the Jake.
Fair enough. So let's all get some peanuts. Go to a nice game at the Jake.
Yeah, I'm all for it. Like I said, I have a camp 45 minutes out of Cleveland, right there in Ashtabula. I'm all for it.
Do it.
Now let me ask.
Summer roadie.
Let me ask you this: how has Hayward looked since he's came back?
Hayward's always going to be Hayward.
Fair enough.
It's going to take it. He's there to create a presence to open up the lanes for the other guys.
Who's gonna get more carries on Sunday?
It's going to be split. I think it's going to be pretty even. I want to say it's going to be. Najee, but it's just because Najee gets the short yards and Jalen's more of a. I want to say a little bit bigger playmaker.
He's better.
I believe he's going to be like the Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott.
Okay.
That's just the way it feels. I feel that way. A lot of people don't feel that way because we're like, we got to keep Najee. We're not going to be able to afford them both.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. That jersey that you have behind you, like I know you have to say you like it. That's one godforsaken ugly jersey.
That's the jersey I wore whenever he got inducted into the Hall of Fame.
Fair enough. I got stung by a couple yellow jackets this summer cutting my grass. So when I look at that, I kind of have.
I can move it.
No, it's fair. I appreciate it. I got to get over it. I got to get over my trauma.
They got me my background to like normal, but like I said, I just changed places, so I only have to like pull this clothes hanger everywhere with me to get it behind me, and then I can't even keep them like straight on camera. I gotta have a chair behind it to turn them sideways.
Well, honestly, when I look at it, I feel like this. I feel like it's the Columbus Crew, and shout out to the Crew for advancing to the semifinals. Our soccer team out in Columbus, and it's funny because Jimmy Haslam owns part of the Columbus Crew, and I always said this because we can't beat Pittsburgh, but Jimmy Haslam, he wins in black and yellow, and it's just like he just can't do it with orange and brown against black and yellow. So I don't know. We'll see.
I'd like to go to a Clippers game.
Oh, Huntington Park down in Columbus. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
I rode by it a couple times, but I've never been in it.
Columbus is Columbus, beautiful nationwide arena. Well, I'll tell you a good little rivalry is Penguins and Blue Jackets.
It's getting a little better, even though we just beat your asses the other day. I believe.
Well, we suck. We suck.
Sidney Crosby was on fire the other night. Whenever that guy wants to play, no one's stopping him.
I'm about to say he's still playing.
Still playing. Yeah, he had a hat trick against Columbus the other night.
Who's more loved? Who's more loved in Pittsburgh? Sidney Crosby or Mario Lemieux?
So I've met Mario Lemieux and Sidney Crosby. I met them both, but I grew up watching '66.
Yeah, okay. Him and Jaromir
Jagr. I grew up in that era.
Yep, well, that's me. That's hockey. That's me.
But Lemieux has 5 cups. 3 as an owner, 2 as a player. Yep. So it's like the newer generation, they only got to see Crosby.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I got to see them both, and I would definitely take Lemieux. And if Lemieux didn't come down with Hodgkins, we might be talking about.
I always wonder. Yeah, that's correct. I remember when he got that.
And we still might be talking about him holding some records. If you look at how many games he played and how much he was averaging a game on points,
yeah,
it will blow you away when you see what he could have done if he played his whole career.
See, I always say this. I think Sidney Crosby is probably a better puck handler himself. I think Mario Lemieux is just a better overall player than Sidney Crosby, just overall.
See, Crosby's starting to play defense.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, that's good for you guys.
He's starting to learn that rule a lot better.
Okay.
It's not a cherry picker. But yeah, it really depends on like what era you grew up in.
Yeah, well, I'm old school, so I'm going to go with Lemieux as well.
I mean, I remember whenever he got drafted, Mike Lang come up with all them great sayings. Keith's like, we're well off fucking topic now.
Yeah, Keith's like, we're talking hockey. Oh, hell no.
You got the Thunder up there, right, Keith?
Huh?
Built the Thunder playing the Q?
Monsters. The
Monsters, yeah. We got the Monsters. Yeah. Well, I ain't gonna say.
I mean, both players were phenomenal. And now Jagger's going to get retired on February 18th. It's going to be, well deserved finally.
Well, my last hockey thing before, because I said brothers on skates. I don't know about that, but here's the thing. Sudden death with Jean-Claude Van Damme. Great movie.
Face Off.
Yeah. No, a sudden death with Pittsburgh and the Blackhawks in the Game 7 of the Stanley Cup and the hostages and all that. That was awesome, that movie.
Oh man!
All right, we're done. I'm done with hockey.
Off topic. And
right.
Like, I don't even know what happened.
We all the way in the West Coast time zone. The topic and everything.
Keith's like, what?
You threw me off.
Anyway, this is the mascot right here. There she is. She hates being on camera.
Oh.
Now, do you put Pittsburgh stuff on her too?
No, I don't waste money on clothes on dogs. Sorry.
Fair enough.
Smart man.
I don't waste money on you. Sorry. I'd rather buy you snacks and treats and shit.
Now, let me ask you this. How much time do you think Tomlin has left in Pittsburgh?
Oh.
They remember in the beginning of the season, they took away off the table the contract extension.
Right.
What is his contract status? How many more years?
I think it's 24.
Okay.
but that they took it off the table because a lot of people are starting to get irritated that thinking 500 football is awesome. It's not.
But but here's my thing with him. Did he want Kenny Pickett? Like, who made the Kenny Pickett
Right.
thing? I mean, let's be real. Because if I'm Mike Tomlin, I could go to ownership and say, "Can we really win with this guy? Like, for real? For real?"
When time matters, Kenny Pickett comes alive.
Yeah,
If
but
he
you
could play that
can't.
way the
You
whole
cannot.
game, we wouldn't have to worry about the fourth quarter.
Well, that's the
And
thing.
there's
But
no
in the NFL,
urgency until the fourth quarter with this team, and it's so frustrating.
okay, well, that's a coach. That's coaching,
Right,
man. You got to get your team ready.
That is all
Okay,
on
fair.
the head coach.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Now-
Everyone wants to see these player coaches, but coaches with attitudes got it done better.
Now, let me ask you this also. How much time do you think Kenny Pickett has with the Steelers?
Ooh,
Well, we're not tanking any seasons, so we know we ain't getting Caleb Williams or May or any of these guys coming out this year.
Kyler Murray, though. Kyler Murray, maybe.
I don't want Kyler Murray.
I know you don't. I know you don't.
I just don't. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Kyler Murray, but he's already proven he's injury proof.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing: like the Browns, for instance. Okay, Browns have suffered at the
You
quarterback.
guys got rid of Josh Dobbs, remember?
We had Baker Mayfield. We had Baker Mayfield who beat Pittsburgh in a playoff game. But we said to ourselves he wasn't good enough to win, and we got rid of him basically for Deshaun Watson. You guys have Kenny Pickett. Are you guys ever going to get to a point where maybe he can only take you so far? Like, I mean, you guys have to realize. I would think eventually that like he's not like a franchise quarterback, right?
Right. Well, you also have to remember when he came into the league, he was already 24.
True.
Yeah, that's right.
He was not the young buck like 21, 22 like most rookies.
Yeah.
So when is his ceiling going to get hit?
Yeah.
Or has it already been hit? We really haven't seen it. And that's
because what I've seen of Pickett, it'd be first quarter, second quarter he struggles, third quarter he struggles, and then all of a sudden in the fourth quarter he'll make one big play and changes the tempo of the game. Period.
I watched the Rams game versus Pittsburgh this year when you guys went out to SoFi and beat them. And it's like you guys were dead. All of a sudden, fourth quarter, you guys kicked their butts because he made a big play to Deontay Johnson and another big play. You know what I'm saying? He makes big throws. And that's what I'm afraid of on Sunday. Let's be real with the Browns, especially across the middle of the field. I'm afraid it's going to be like a 13-10 Browns lead. And we're nursing a lead. We're punting back and forth. You guys get the ball with like 8 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And all of a sudden, a slant across the middle or some deep pass to Deontay Johnson or something like that, or Pickens or somebody. And then he gets a touchdown. You guys win 17-13 because we can't score after that. That's what kind of – if you guys can just hang around until the fourth quarter, I think you guys got to be liking your chances on Sunday.
Like I just said, fourth quarter.
I know it's so funny, but it's gotta get frustrating. I bet.
And if they could turn it on in the first two quarters,
yeah.
I mean, granted, we finally scored 2 games ago. We finally scored our first touchdown in the first quarter,
and that's what I would say because like the Browns' strong suit has been on the defense. They have been weak in the first quarter. Then they figure it out some in the second quarter, and then after the first half, it usually be over with, until
the last drive. Until the last drive, Keith. I think we get a little lazy
or turnovers,
on the Seattle game,
or turnovers or whatnot. So,
well, I guess my thing to look at Pittsburgh is Pittsburgh reminds me like of Keith said it nicely earlier about like the Indians of the 90s. You know, you got your one Super Bowl win in 2010 or whatever, you beat Green Bay. And then you've had so many great players come and go. And I look at your roster now and I see TJ Watt and I see a bunch of great players. And I feel like you don't want to be wasting years. I feel like obviously Myles Garrett's Nick Chubb and all them for the Browns. It's like, I mean, you have a championship defense. You look at the Ravens that won it in 2000. I mean, I'm not saying our defenses are as good as those
Ray
defenses,
Lewis.
but the Browns. Yeah, the Browns and Steelers have really great defenses, and all they really need to do is score 21 to 24 points a game, and you're going to win 90% of your
True.
games. And it's just like, we're wasting our time. I feel like you guys are wasting your time with Pickett and with this whole Watson thing. It's like, gosh, I don't know what we got one good half of football against Baltimore, but we've been kind of
Pittsburgh about this Deshaun Watson thing.
Yeah.
Maybe his shoulder wouldn't go bad if he stayed with massages.
I've made plenty of jokes. You know what? I always say this too. Obviously, you guys have had to deal with them with Big Ben and everything like that. But there's a lot of people like for the Browns and on social media. Look, if you can't take a joke and it really makes you so mad, get off social media. Like, look, I love the Browns. I don't care if the Devil's playing quarterback for Cleveland. I'm always going to root for the Browns on Sunday. But if I can't make a joke about Deshaun Watson and people take offense, like, get a freaking life. Like, seriously. Like you are not Deshaun's keeper. You're not his family member. Like, it's just fun, okay? If Jimmy Kimmel, if Seth Meyers can make jokes and stuff like that, get a life, people. I have to say that. I just have to. Bothers me.
Keith, you a basketball guy?
Yes, sir.
How long's Mitchell out for?
That's out for this game. That's it. That's it. If it was a playoff game, he would have played.
I mean, don't get me wrong. You got Garland to fall back on, so that was nice.
Right, because they took.
It's a little dip, but it's you have a pretty good point guard right there.
Yeah, what is that score? They're playing what, Detroit right now?
Yeah, they won 108 to 100.
Okay, they did. Oh, they did. Okay, good.
Yeah, Jared Allen went for 71 fantasy points. I just saw.
Ooh, oh, nice.
Something like that. Yeah. Absolutely insane. I just looked. I was like, how's my team doing?
A lot of Pittsburgh people, they like the Cavs, don't they?
Well, it's the closest basketball team.
Right. I think, because I remember like during the game.
It's not like we have Will Ferrell on the ABA.
Hey, now, that's right.
Like I said, the Indians and the Pirates are my two favorite baseball teams. Have you ever been to Fenway?
No. I've been to Dodger Stadium, but I've never been to Fenway.
If you ever get a chance to go to Fenway, do not pass that opportunity.
Really?
Yeah.
Y'all got a pretty nice baseball stadium too over there, PNC.
Yeah, your stadium's beautiful. I just don't think I could go to Boston because I think I'd have to learn a different language. I don't know. How can you understand those Bostonians?
Listen, you're not going to cheer on. Listen, I almost got into a fight when we went because I had a Pirates jersey on, and they started like ripping on Big Ben, and I was hammered.
Oh, okay.
I was like just turned 22, so I was a young buck, and this dude was like ready to start fighting me. I'm like, really?
Oh, jeez.
I was like, dude, I'm in Boston. I'm not going to fight.
Yeah, I'm in Boston. I'm in a different.
What's up, Lavelle? What's going on with you? Said the Ravens are to take the AFC North title. They should. They should. Technically, they should.
I hope not, because on the Driving to the Top network, we have a bet going on between me. Well, obviously, you guys both know Matt and Josh, and I don't know if you got to meet Evan yet or not. But Evan's our Cleveland guy. I don't know if you guys got to meet Evan or not.
I'll just say this with the Ravens: if Lamar is healthy, I think I did meet him on the podcast I was on with y'all.
Yeah. But we have a little bet going on the Driving to the Top. Whoever wins the division, the other podcasters got to wear their jersey for 3 shows.
Ooh, I'm glad I ain't in on that bet.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Them Baltimore boys are going to look good in those Bumblebee jerseys.
Ooh.
Oh.
I already told them those are the ones they're getting.
Yeah, I don't blame you. They got to look like jailbirds.
Yeah, right
I might
now,
get numbers and last too. I might even get their favorite numbers and last names on it.
There you go. That's what a gentleman. What a gentleman right there.
Yeah, I told him if you give me a Ravens jersey, give me the all black one.
That one's not bad.
I don't want to wear the all purple one.
It's crazy because all the quarterbacks in the AFC North is falling.
Yeah, Lamar needs to go next. Otherwise, I think they're going to run away with the division probably.
Oh, man. This dude just throwing some nasty stuff out there at you two right now. I take it this is our Baltimore guy on your channel.
No, he's a Chicago Bears fan, actually.
Bears fan.
Oh,
Yeah.
So, Lavelle, you should definitely check out NFL Outdated. Big Chicago fan right there. If you want some Chicago podcasting, if you're into that, he does the Frozen 4 every Thursday. I don't know if you.
I think what's
I think
fascinating with the Bears fans is the whole Justin Fields saga, because I love it when, like, you know, just like we had Baker Bros in Cleveland, I'm sure you got the Kenny Pickett people in Pittsburgh that will defend him no matter what. But in Chicago, they call it, if you support Justin Fields, you're a Justin Fields Swiftie. I love it. I love what they got going on in there.
I like Justin Fields.
I
think
good.
That has been another disaster since Jimmy.
But actually, if you got to look at it though, the coaching ain't did him no favors either. First, this year they didn't even let him go out the pocket, and that's his strength. And then when he did tore it up, that's when he got hurt.
I'm going to say this: I would rather have Kenny Pickett than Justin Fields. I would. Like, you look in the NFL, you got to be able to make throws, and you got to. And Kenny Pickett, as much like I said, he sucks the first through the third quarter, but in the fourth quarter, he makes the throws to win.
But you
games.
know what?
He does.
But you know what I'm gonna say this: as far as Kenny
Pickett.
Pickett,
Imagine if you lost Myles Garrett to the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Shit.
I quit watching football.
It's kind of like Chase Young going to play with Bosa.
Right. That ain't that bad considering.
Right, because we're not in that division.
Right, exactly. You lose Miles.
If we were in that division, we'd be like, what the hell just happened?
Right. That's like Ben going to the Browns. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, when he was relevant, you know what I'm saying? But
how come it don't say this dude's name on usually?
Because it's on my
He
group.
said witness protection.
No, when it's on my group, because I got it also showing to my Facebook group too. And for some reason, which they got to fix this restream, show the people's name. He been saying for years, hire former players who know the game of football and stop hiring these jokers who don't know the game. I say this.
Analytics killed this.
That, and they got to get Deep Podesta out of there. That Browns organization ain't going nowhere as long as Deep Podesta is there.
Get that baseball guy out of there.
He's not even in Cleveland.
I know he's in California.
And word is been going around that Deep Podesta is the one that orchestrated the Josh Dobbs trade before the season.
Oh hell, get him out.
It wasn't Barry. It wasn't Stefanski. And that analytics. Like Hurricane just said.
Analytics.
And he is the main dude of analytics because remember he was with the A's.
Yeah. Moneyball.
Yeah.
I mean.
Hey, we're the A's. Hey, I made a joke to that. We had a guy on We Like Sports. Hernandez was his last name, but I made a joke. I said, if Moneyball was so great, why are the A's moving to Las Vegas?
A's just not spending no money, period. They looking for a reason to leave because they ain't going to build no new stadium. So they like, well, we ain't going to spend no money.
Their stadium's not going to. So here's the deal. So the Oakland A's have one more year left under lease in the Oakland Alameda Coliseum. And yet their stadium in Las Vegas isn't going to be done to like 2028. So they got to find the
where they going
to play. They said maybe the AAA affiliate in Las Vegas. I don't know, some rinky-dink ballpark. Wow. I don't know.
Wow, that's a messy situation.
Hey, Hurricane, I got a question for you because we always talk about Mike Tomlin.
Get fans back in there. I mean, Phoenix just won the World Series, so with the I don't even understand it. Like, this was the second team in Major League Baseball history to reach the World Series with a negative run differential.
Who? Arizona, the Diamondbacks.
Yeah.
Arizona.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Negative run differential. That is awful. That means all the games that they lost, they were just getting blown the shit out of. And all the games they won didn't really make that big of a difference. They
won by one.
Different.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I it's amazing stat. But Corey Seager, he's one of my favorite shortstops. So Congratulations to
Yeah.
him winning the MVP in both leagues. First person to ever do that, I believe, in the World Series.
That home run in Game 1 that he hit to tie it or whatever. Oh my God, he
Look,
crushed.
I
that
can't
ball.
watch because every time I watch Corey Seager, he strikes out.
Oh well, damn.
So I saw the highlights. I didn't like. It's so weird.
He murdered.
Every time I watch him, he strikes out, and I'm like, I can't do this anymore.
The Evil Empire will be back next year.
No, they're getting Tito Francona in 2025, right?
Telling you.
Whatever.
Next year is Boone's last year. I'm telling you. That's his last year of his contract, too.
This Tito want to go to New York. Tito is more of a heavy media guy.
Yeah.
I mean, he is from Pittsburgh. Maybe he'll go behind their bench.
Yeah. Yeah.
If the zeros is right, he gonna take flight. Lavelle said some baseball organizations have good nucleus, but not enough good players. That's the Guardians.
See, if I could get in my time machine in my DeLorean and go back, I would go back to 1955 like Marty McFly. I would go back to October of 1992, and Sid Bream wouldn't have got gunned down at the plate in Atlanta, and that would have changed all the Pittsburgh Pirates' fortune moving forward.
Oh my gosh, Francisco Cabrera.
Yeah.
So I remember I got a Willie Stargell jersey at home.
I like the Pirates. I like the Pirates. I have no problem with them. I always thought they were a cool team. I like the We Are Family.
Them the Pirates, I liked it.
Pirates.
Yeah. With Willie Stargell, Dave Parker.
Smoking the heaters in the dugout, the cigarettes in the dugout.
Mike Easler.
Smoke heaters in the dugouts.
Yeah.
Yep. Mike Easler, who was from Cleveland.
Did you ever see that clip of spring training where Jim Leland is laying it on? Yes.
Yeah, I remember that.
That was awesome.
I remember that.
Barry Bonds is a great baseball player, but he's not a good people person.
No, he's not.
Hey, that probably gives him the edge.
I know we're well off topic and we're talking.
Yeah.
But when Bonds was the hitting coach in Miami, did you guys see the home run derby that him and Geno Stanton went on?
No,
I heard about it.
Bonds
I heard
beat
about
him.
it. What?
Bonds beat him. That hand-eye coordination is I don't care. He never tested. He's my favorite baseball player besides Griff. But
Griffey was my favorite.
But I mean, it was just like.
Bring Roberto
just to let you know, I did an all-time team roster on my show last year, and that was the outfield. Just to let everyone know.
Okay.
Roberto Clemente on right and Barry Bonds on left.
Yes,
Who
sir.
you had in center field?
Van Slyke.
Okay.
Andy Van Slyke. I figured. Yeah.
I straight forgot about it.
No, I mean you could toss that up and you could mix. You could have a couple players in there, but Van Slyke's the more named. He was more the focal point. He was just more the guy. I have a Chico.
In your fight,
I have a Chico Lean jersey.
Oh no,
Wow.
Chico. Okay, nice. Would Doug Drabeck be in your rotation?
On the Pirates all-time team, yes. Was the opening day starter for me? I believe he was.
Okay, nice.
You could have a
rotation.
Didn't Garrett Cole play for the Pirates too?
Garrett Cole, I was at his opening day. I was at the first game he ever played at.
Have a rotation of Garrett Cole, Drabeck, Jim Bibby.
Tim Wakefield.
Yep.
Nice.
You could throw John Smiley in there every once in a while.
Oh, John Smiley. Yeah, John Smiley.
You could throw. Man, we're going way back.
Yeah,
I know.
But anyway, we're gonna come back.
You gotta have Honest Wagner in that lineup somewhere too.
We coming back to the pack. So, what is your prediction of the game, Hurricane, for Sunday?
I'm thinking it's gonna be 31-24 Steelers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Listen, you guys are just coming off of a high-scoring affair.
Yeah, I mean,
we gave them 14 of those points.
Look, it's gonna be a beautiful day. The weather's not going to be a factor from what you guys just said. I think this is going to be a high-scoring game.
Okay.
I would prefer Pickett to have to throw for 300. Because I know if he throws for 300, they
If he
abandon the
goes for
running game.
300, this town might lose their fucking mind because he just threw 6 last game.
I'll prefer him to throw for 300 because if Pittsburgh runs for 150, we might be in trouble. I'll just say that. Ed,
Bell wants the Steelers this weekend too.
who you have?
My prediction obviously is going to be the Cleveland Browns getting the victory, but not in as high scoring of a game as Hurricane 31-24 affair, which, you know what, I will find if the Browns win 31-24, I'll take that. I just don't like it the way that he had it presented. But give me the Browns 21-17 over Pittsburgh.
Okay, Lavelle got the Steelers.
The Browns will have to, for the Browns to win, they have to keep Pittsburgh under 20.
Lavelle got the Steelers winning 24-10 over the Browns. I have the Browns pulling it out over Pittsburgh 14-10. I don't know how the hell we gonna get that 14, but it's gonna be 14-10.
I don't think
No field goals. No field goals, Keith?
I don't think Ford's going to have another 104-yard game. You've got a chance to see some tape on the guy finally. When we saw him last time, that was a fresh start. Those were new legs. We prepared for Chubb all week, and obviously Chubb had that weird cross leg injury.
That's why
that dirty hit.
That's why we wanted Minka to come.
Yeah.
So he can get welcomed by the dog pound.
Yeah.
Minka just got rolled out, boys.
Yeah, we're just gonna bring.
He's pulling a Jim Harbaugh.
We're just gonna bring the 1980s dog pound back for him.
I got to sit in the dog pound. I made it down there in my jersey and everything. No one said one word to me.
No.
Oh, it's a festive atmosphere there.
I had a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie. I love going to games. I love going to away games. I think it's fun.
Harris and Warren is showing out in the running game. If the Browns stop the run, they got a shot, and if the Browns don't turn the ball over, they got.
Yeah, we turn the ball over.
We turn the ball over. We're toast. But I got a feeling Stefanski got this guy ready to play this time.
He better have.
He's
That's
still
all
a
I
rookie,
gotta say.
boys.
Yeah, that's true.
I know.
That's why we gotta limit the mistakes. If he just hey, look, what game was that last week when Michigan beat Penn State where they didn't pass the ball in the second half? If we up, don't pass.
Yeah, dude, ran for what, 130 and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, Corum.
Yeah,
hey, you gotta do like Belichick sometimes. Do what you gotta do to seize the game. That's it. And if the Browns
Belichick ain't doing shit this year to key the game.
He ain't got nobody this year. He ain't got nobody.
He needs some of that Snoop Dogg. He needs some of that Snoop Dogg smoke. If I was 2-8.
Lavelle. Tomlin doesn't know how to win against shitty teams. All right.
Tomlin knows how to win. Stefanski sucks.
Tomlin don't know how to win against shitty teams.
I gotta give it to you know what?
He doesn't prepare his team well.
I'm gonna be honest. I'll be on Stefanski's case, but this year I have to give it to him. Considering our quarterback play been garbage for the most part this season, and he's 6-3 somehow, I gotta give it to him. And them dudes still come to play for him.
So now that Stefanski's been there, this is what, his 4th year now, right?
4th year, yeah.
Yep.
So now that he's had his draft picks and stuff and got to like get a little bit more of his team, do you feel that the coaches, like, where would you grade him now that you see his teams being drafted and rolling out? Are they getting better? Are they getting worse?
I would say this. This year, I would have to give Kevin a B so far because 2 things. He realized he had a problem with the defensive coordinator, which was Woods. Got rid of him, brought in Schwartz, and the special teams have been cool. Also, they did not wait for K. York to blow games in the regular season like he was doing in the preseason. They got rid of him immediately. Immediately. Soon as it came time to make cuts, they got rid of him. And you got to think about it. He went through 3 quarterbacks this year. Deshaun Watson, a rookie, and a dude that was on the street in September, and he's still 6-3.
I like your grade, Keith. I'm going to give him a B plus. I'll say this though, that B plus can be a C minus if DTR goes out there on Sunday and looks as bad as he did against the Ravens. Because let's be real, if I was Coach Stefanski, I would just roll with PJ Walker. And here's why: he won you games. So I know he's terrible. But he went. But here's the thing: PJ Walker. Do you think DTR could have beat the Colts? Do you think DTR could have beat the 49ers? DTR was horrible against. He could have had 6 or 7 interceptions. What about DTR gave anybody in Cleveland like, oh, this guy, this is the guy? Like I just want I don't understand this faith they have in DTR. He looked just as bad as Johnny Manziel did against Cincinnati in his first start. Now all of a sudden he's supposed to beat the Pittsburgh Steelers.
We'll find out.
That's asking a lot
on Sunday.
That's asking a lot.
But it's asking a lot to put PJ Walker in there as well.
But PJ Walker beat the Niners. He did.
And he also beat the Browns.
Well, he did that too.
You couldn't mess that game up against Seattle. All you had to do is run the ball.
But he made some good throws.
He did make some good
PJ
throws.
Walker made some good throws. Look at the Indianapolis game.
The thing with PJ Walker is he will make the good throws, but he will also do some things that you remember when the Browns had Josh McCown?
Yes. God, how far? That's not that long ago.
No, like 2014, 2015.
Now, Josh McCown would make some hellified throws, right? And then sometimes you be wondering with Josh McCown, what the fuck is he doing out there?
Went to a Raiders game, and we came back, and last play, he threw an interception, and I looked at my wife and said, that's Josh McCown.
See? And that's PJ Walker. You know what I'm saying? Good evening, Jay.
I agree.
That's PJ Walker. And after the Seattle game, Kevin had made a point and said, we can't keep turning the ball over like this. Remember,
you're not wrong.
Say that.
But that wasn't like DTR didn't turn the ball over.
Yeah, but that was DTR's first start too.
All I'm saying is we can't waste games. All I'm saying is this can't be learning on the job. This has to be. You got to have a competent game plan, and you got to go out there. You got to beat. This is a must-win game, guys.
Oh yes,
must-win game.
True, and plus DTR. Now it's no excuses for DTR this time.
That's true.
Now, last time I don't know. Even though I refuse to take him off the hook because I look at it like this, and anybody that's played football or anything knows you are one play away from starting. Now, they're saying he didn't know till 10:30 or whatever on Sunday. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt on that. But my thing is, you had to figure it's a chance you might be out there if Deshaun didn't throw or nothing during the week.
They gave him reps. It wasn't like he didn't, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like he didn't know.
I think he'll be fine too, Jay. I actually think he'll be fine too.
So is this one of your regulars, this Jay guy?
Yeah, he's starting to become one of my regulars. He said he's a rookie.
It's always good to have a regular.
Yep.
Yeah.
He said, look at Bryce Young. Boy, the Carolina owner.
Was it PJ Walker at Carolina last year?
Yep. Yes, he was.
Yeah, he took over for Baker.
Won some games too. Won. PJ Walker won some games.
Won some games for us. And like I said, I ain't shitting on PJ Walker, but I know what he is. You know what I'm saying? I know what he is, and against this team, because you remember what was the San Francisco game where PJ Walker
tried to throw it away. He tried to give it away.
He tried to throw that ball, and Kevin said he wasn't supposed to throw that ball.
Yeah, well, he threw it.
That's what I'm saying. Kevin said, I can't have that. Full circle.
I don't want to come on the Loc'd On Sports 216 post game and say, why did we play DTR? I don't want to have that. I don't want to have that conversation.
Hopefully, I won't be saying that either.
I want to have that conversation.
I want to have that.
Yeah,
I want to have that conversation. Like, damn, DTR kicked Pittsburgh's ass.
Yeah,
like I said, the middle of the field went wide open, boys. I Our linebacking situation is thin, and the secondary is thinner.
But like I said, if the Browns don't turn the ball over, they got a shot. Now I don't know where they're gonna get 14 points from. I think the defense is probably gonna have to score both, or the special team. It's gonna have to take a full complementary game from the offense, defense, and special teams.
The fans need to do their part too. So
Yeah, and the
whatever that
fans need to
means.
make it hostile as a motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Have
going to be
Kenny
half and
Pickett,
half. This is going to be a half pack, half pack.
have Kenny Pickett shaking in his boots when he walk onto the field.
And then deal with Mitch.
We wanted to see, Mitch will be having homecoming in.
Kenny Pickett buys mittens at Target's children's department.
Now let me ask you this, Hurricane, who would you rather have at quarterback, Mitch or Kenny?
Look, I've been a Kenny fan. I wanted Kenny to start the season last year. I feel maybe we would have won one or two more games and made playoffs last year. Just because Kenny would have had more experience. We should have been able to beat the Jets. Obviously, we both know what 60 minutes against the Jets was last year. We both got beat by them.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
Joe Flacco, that damn Joe Flacco.
He was here for a trial. Don't look like he's gonna be with the Browns though.
No.
But you know what I mean? Like when you draft a guy in the first round, you wanted him to get all the experience in the world.
I agree.
I don't even know why they brought in Mitch. I mean, he's good back.
Yeah, they signed him to that money, so
that was before the draft pick.
Right, exactly.
Yep.
So I don't know. I wanted Kenny to start and just see how it could go. Last year was going to be one of those seasons where it was like, let Kenny just grow and call it a wash.
Yeah, I'm with you. You need the reps. You need reps.
And then they brought him in halfway through the Jets. I think he's the first quarterback to have
his first pick or first throw.
I was already laughing at that one, Pete. But Kenny Pickett's the first quarterback. I don't know, to have 2 running touchdowns in his first appearance. I just want to see him grow. That's it. I didn't really care. I was like, just start Pickett and let him go. And that was my philosophy on that.
Like I said, far as for the Browns on Sunday, if it ends in a touchdown, field goal, or punt, I'm satisfied. It can't end up in a T though. No turnovers. That's the thing. Take a step back out of the box and just watch his decisions.
I take it he's talking to me here.
Yeah,
Jay, I don't know how much more you want me to step out of the box and take a step back. I watched Kenny Pickett throw for 126 yards last week.
And that's the thing. Now, let me ask you this. Speaking of that, because y'all done got outgained every game this season.
I did, just to let you know, I did pick the loss to Houston. That was one of my losses on the season. So that game really didn't faze me. I planned on losing that game. I just did. It was a low name team, and I was like, Tomlin's not going to have them ready to go. We're going to lose.
See, that's how I was when
look at them. They're one game back out of the division right now. D'Amico Ryan is just either he's talking to Kyle Shanahan every week, like, what do I do? What am I doing wrong? But that should tell you right there too. Kyle Shanahan has 4 coaches that came from his organization are head coaches right now.
Yes, sir.
Matt LaFleur, Jets guy.
Yeah, Robert Saleh.
Yes, Saleh.
And then
D'Amico
Ryan. And wasn't the Rams coach out of there too?
McVay.
I think so.
He might have been. I think he might have been.
Yeah.
It's the Shanahan tree.
Right. But I mean, when you talk about like good coaches, that's where good coaches are. They're able to make the branches and let them go and form their own tree.
DTR not going to be handcuffed behind his back from Stefanski. I hope
But I
not. As
mean,
long as they don't go 5 wide. Plus, we do get DeJuan Jones back this week, thank goodness.
Keith, how do we go 5 wide? Do we even have five wide receivers? Let's be real.
No.
I mean,
You really just got Cooper, Elijah Moore, and
you got to run
Njoku.
Chubb and Ford out there in the back.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, let's be real. I mean, the Browns' wide receiving core is very thin.
Yeah.
But
This
the
is
back
why.
end coaching tree, look at how many chances Josh McDaniel got. Look how many chances the other guy got. What was his? What was Coach Detroit?
Oh, Matt Campbell? Yeah. Josh
No,
McDaniels will never be a head coach
he came
again.
from New England.
Matt. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. The one with the beard.
Yeah, that guy.
Matt Patricia. Yeah.
But I mean, look at how many guys Belichick has released to go coach other places,
and they suck.
And they had to come back home to Papa.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, that just tells you that maybe Belichick is just a one tree guy. Yeah. I mean, not like you said in the beginning of the show.
Bill, are you saying Bill Belichick is the forest?
But like Keith was saying before the show started, like whenever it first started, Bill Belichick was what 4-2, 5-2 with the Browns, and then all of a sudden they mentioned the move and
they suck.
They just kind of slowed their roll.
Well, yeah. Very, very sad times. Very sad times.
But I was just saying, when you look at coaches that grow,
yeah, they should have assistants that flourish with them and go out and kind of do their thing. But you're right. With Belichick, it's been kind of they go, they leave, they suck, they come back.
So far, Kyle Shanahan seems to be the
only one. Yeah, he's the only one spreading seeds throughout the NFL.
So,
yeah.
Anyway,
I want Kyle Shanahan in Cleveland. A question. What is your perception of Kevin Stefanski? Do you think he's the right guy for Cleveland, or do you think he's a wussy?
I'm never going to say anyone's right for the Browns, but anyway.
Fair enough. That's fair. I mean, that's fine.
But so far, Stefanski seems to be steadying the ship.
Mm-hmm.
From everyone I've seen, I mean, the Yins have gone through almost as many coaches as quarterbacks.
But do you think he's kind of like? Do you think he's kind of soft? Do you think there's something like I don't know. Like maybe we in Cleveland look at Mike Tomlin and like you said, we look at the 500 record and like, oh, I wish we could always be 500. You guys look at him as that's a loser, but in Cleveland we envy that, and because I don't think Mike Tomlin X's and O's is that great of a coach. He just he gets people there, he delegates, he does his thing. But like the problem with Stefanski, I feel, and a lot of Clevelanders feel like he's too much like is too much of an X's and O's guy, and he needs to manage the team and actually be a football coach.
Well, this is his first head coaching job too.
Yeah, that's true. But it is his 4th year. I just feel like he needs to evolve, and he showed a little bit
improvement.
It's been up and down. It's been up and down. Like we're back in the upswing now, I think. But
now you don't have a quarterback again.
I know.
Like Cleveland's biggest issue has been quarterback.
Yes.
True.
And without a solid number 1 quarterback,
yeah,
and Yins traded away so much to get Deshaun Watson.
I want CJ Stroud.
How many number 1 quarterbacks could have you missed?
We would have picked the wrong one. See, that's the thing. Everybody says the draft picks. We would have just swung and missed.
That's the thing.
We always pick the wrong person.
Like
I told somebody that
Deshaun Watson sucks. When it gets closer to draft time, do you trade away? I don't even know. You finally got a 1st-round pick back this year, right?
Nope, next year, 2025.
Nope, next year.
So no 1st-round pick again this year.
Nope.
Try
again.
So is it worth trying to trade back into it if you can trade early enough? I know you're not going to get a Caleb Williams. You might look into a May from North Carolina.
Yeah, I like Drake May.
He gonna be gone.
He can be
But
gone.
then there's that guy from Oregon too.
Yeah.
He gonna be gone.
Oh yeah.
Is that Nix?
He's like 100.
I'm just saying, do you try and trade back into that first round next year?
No.
And go after.
We need a wide receiver. We need a wide receiver. I think we need another playmaker.
We need another wide out. For real.
Well, obviously, if you don't have a first round pick, what do? I mean, obviously, you're not going to be able to trade high enough to go after a Joe Horn Jr. You're not going to be able to go after a Marvin Harrison Jr. There's a lot of good wide receivers coming up.
Emeka Buka, Ohio State. I don't know.
I mean, even Ollie Gordon 3 coming out of what is that? Oklahoma?
Yeah.
Oklahoma State.
Yeah, I think the Cowboys. Yeah.
So I mean, there's a lot of good stuff still out there. But what do you like? I know I'm looking way beyond in the black magic 8-ball, but what do? Do you try and trade back in or not?
We can't. Watson's our quarterback.
Watson's our quarterback for the next 3 years.
Yeah, we got no choice.
Oh, what is that Washington quarterback's name?
Jacoby Brissett.
Bo Nix.
Bo Nix.
You talk? No, not Bo Nix. It's
Bo Nix is Oregon.
Yes, Oregon. It's
Penix. Michael
Penix.
As long as their receivers don't drop the ball before the end zone.
That's true. Yeah, I saw that.
Oh my God, that's horrible.
Because the thing is, with all those quarterbacks, they all going to be gone within the first 10, 15 picks in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
This is the year to quarterbacks. That's why I brought that
up. It is.
Penix.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's why I brought that up.
Do
you try and trade back in, or what do you do? I mean,
they're gonna have to
watch that.
You're gonna have to pray that Deshaun Watson is ready next year and ready to roll.
So Cleveland.
Because it's a $60 million cap hit next year.
Because it doesn't seem like there's much. Like, this is the quarterback year. It seems like this is the quarterback year.
And maybe you guys will get
one. Then that process, wait again for like another 2 to 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe you guys should go get one.
And maybe that's even if Caleb Williams even comes out, because he's still eligible for one more year, making $15 million on the nil package. So I don't even know if Caleb Williams wants to come out.
Caleb coming out. He's seen that offensive line.
Dude, you're getting paid more in college than you would be in the pros.
That line's horrible.
That line's horrible in USC. You saying Notre Dame run through that line like Swiss cheese.
Yeah, he's like, I'm fucking him out.
Oregon ran through that line like Swiss cheese.
Notre Dame game.
Yeah. Imagine Deshaun and Chubb back next year. Yep.
I'm just saying, I was just going through dilemmas because I was.
We got Kyle McCord coming out after next year. The Browns will be okay. Go Bucks.
Like I said, you got.
I almost went to Columbus last weekend. Just to let you know, I almost went.
Hey man,
I almost went down to that Michigan State game.
Oh, those jerseys! Hey, I know to get on the topic here, but those jerseys for the Buckeyes, that all gray, that was fresh.
I love it when they go all gray. I'm not. I like their scarlet, but when they mix it up, I love it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not like the biggest Buckeye fan in the world. Keith is like, man, we're so fucking off top.
It's like, I'm never inviting Ed on again.
He's like, it's Friday night, and we usually do this on Thursday.
Hey, but like I said, we just got to ride it out. For real, we just got to ride it out.
It's a bumpy ride, Keith. It's a bumpy ride.
Well, hey, it's been
like
a rough year
on the leg, buddy.
Check out, it's been a rough year for quarterbacks. Look, whoever would have thought Burrow would be out now? And guess where he suffered his injury at? Baltimore.
I think he was injured before that.
Yeah, I think he was hurt before he came on, Ed. We weren't sure what.
Yeah.
Like, no one seen him in warm-ups. That pinky looked completely destroyed.
Yeah.
The hand looked like it was about 10 times bigger than the other hand. It looked like he punched a couple lockers.
Oh, he pulled a LeBron after Game 1 of the 2018 Finals when he got mad at
coming up.
I remember when I was in high school, our shortstop decided to punch a locker because he struck out a couple times, and
The locker always
he
wins.
broke
Yeah.
The locker always wins.
Yeah. So now our quarterbacks is falling by the wayside in AFC North.
We just need the. I hate this because it's a war of attrition, and I feel like Baltimore. Baltimore's been hit with the injury bug the last 2 years with Lamar.
They
So
lost Mark Andrews.
They lost Mark
Yeah.
Andrews for the season. That's going to be
Yeah.
huge.
Nah, Isaiah Likely had a good preseason. I think he's gonna. I think Isaiah Likely is gonna be their next guy.
I guess what it comes down to, Keith, would you rather have Njoku get hurt or Deshaun Watson? And you know what I'm saying? Like, you need your quarterback. Like, as much as Mark Andrews, they still got Lamar. They could still make it work with Lamar. Yeah. And we finally got Watson on the right track, especially against Baltimore. And that's what sucks about it.
Because truthfully, with Andrews' injury, it might make Lamar more dangerous because he's going to be throwing more to the wideouts now.
I know, exactly.
Odell Beckham had a big game last night.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
He looked fast too, man.
Yes.
He looked fast when he caught that ball. That was probably the best Odell Beckham I've seen all year last night.
Yeah, since Zay Flowers, can't nobody check him. Seemed like.
Yeah.
That's
he's
what I'm
got to be able
saying.
to hold on to the damn ball.
It just made Lamar and them more dangerous now,
And then they got Keaton Mitchell.
Yep.
Keaton Mitchell.
He fast.
And just
to let
you know, them boys in Baltimore had his dad on the show the other night.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah, I was watching backstage and I heard that, like when someone enters the studio, you hear that click.
Yeah.
I was like, who just entered? And then Matt brought him on, and I was like, oh my God, where did you get him? Where did you find him? Super Bowl champion of 2000, I believe he played on.
Yeah, 2000. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, Matt's good. Matt's good at that, man. Matt's good at finding people, man.
Well,
I don't know how he does.
His 42-17 prediction wasn't good last week. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah. They threw the kitchen sink at us.
Yeah, 40. The other got 40. What is it? 40-6.
40-6. I'm like,
damn.
Listen, Josh is one of them guys that just thinks my team's gonna blow yins out every game. We're never gonna lose.
I respect that. I respect the hell out of that.
And that's every show that Josh does. Is that kind of mentality, and that it drives him.
Yeah.
Josh will sit there and watch film after film. Josh is very knowledgeable of the game.
Yes.
And if you seriously get a chance to listen to him, besides listening to the banner of "We're gonna blow yins out,"
yeah. Once you get over that,
he is able to break down so much stuff from that game.
He must watch a lot of all 22.
I don't know what he watches.
Yeah.
Because that's how you see the game, the all 22.
Yeah, the all 22.
So I mean, Josh is very. It's just a good.
Very cerebral. Very cerebral.
Yes, and him and Matt make a good combo, just like you two.
Because even Matt came with the 42-17. I was like,
damn.
I was like, y'all disrespecting us for real.
I was like, shit.
And all I could say was, that's why we play on Sunday. That's
right.
it. That's it. That's why we play on Sunday. Because I was like, everybody done. All the games the Browns have not been given a chance, they came out on top. San Francisco,
right.
all I kept hearing about is how the 49ers might go undefeated and how Brock Purdy is the second coming of Joe Montana and everything. He won. All I heard this week with the Ravens.
I am not taking anything away from Brock Purdy.
Me either. All I heard, not taking nothing away from Brock Purdy at all, for real.
But I mean, even Joe Montana lost some games.
Exactly. My point exactly. And then when people didn't give the Browns a chance last week against Baltimore.
He beat them shitty Bengals in the Super Bowl, though.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
But if you go back and watch the tape, there's 2 seconds left in that Super Bowl.
Oh, going where he hits John Taylor in the end zone.
Yep. And then last week.
Yeah, I was 9 years old. I remember that game.
Me and you, Ed, we're about the same age.
Yeah, I'm 40. I'm 43. So
okay, yeah, I'm 44. I was gonna say I was around that age when that Super Bowl happened.
Yeah, I'm the old head.
I'm visiting an OG Keith.
Keith, we're not old. We're just able to talk better.
Exactly.
Because you know what it is. We actually lived in a world before cell phones and this. And these kids nowadays, they
cell
can't
phones,
talk.
social media, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yep, I think Pittsburgh lost to the 49ers. Yes, they did.
And
they did. Lost on opening day.
They got crushed.
I was on 49ers Camelot, and my prediction was the winner of that game is going to go 13-4, and the loser of that game is going to go 12-5.
I don't think.
But you know what's crazy though?
The Niners are my other team in the NFL, only because I used to do shows with one of my crew, Gina. And
Gina from the Bay. Gina from the Bay,
yes.
right?
Gina from the Bay used to be on Driving to the Top.
Okay.
She's on my YouTube channel still. Our YouTube channel. Sorry, I hate sounding greedy as fuck. I don't like talking about all of our channels. It's not just me. Just because I came up with the idea doesn't mean I should take all the credit. But Gina is awesome. That girl knows her shit.
Mm.
And yeah, if you ever get a chance just to talk ball with her, I highly recommend it.
Oh yeah,
we'll have to get her on the We Like Sports show. We'll have to get her on.
You guys should have reached out to me. I talked to Gina the other day. Actually, she did. I saw she did a TMZ with Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift.
Oh wow! Okay,
wow.
Yeah. It's like her 9th show on TMZ. They always call her to do a show. So
we gotta find somebody mile high next week.
You need a Denver guy?
Denver,
yeah, we need a Denver guy.
You guys are in the content group. Jeff Long.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Come get you some Pittsburgh.
Jeff Long, the DTS Sports Podcasting. Jeff Long's the Denver guy, though.
Okay.
And if you don't come on, there's another guy from the Far Out podcast. I could reach out to him too.
Okay, cool.
Fuck that, Keith. We're gonna have a real Bronco on the show. Let's just get a real Bronco and we'll interview it. And then we'll tell the Bronco, if you beat us, we're sending you to the glue factory.
They might start talking to John Elway stuff and everything. Start making the crown here.
I guess all they got to bring up is the drive, huh?
Yeah, you got to
tell me about it. I was at the drive. I was at the drive, and I was also at the Jets game the week before that when I thought it was over and I left.
Down by 10.
At home.
My wife's dad, my father-in-law, whatever like that, he was at that Jets game. He always talks about that Jets game was so awesome and blah blah blah. I was like, unfortunately, the next week the drive happened and it ruined it.
Man, I just knew we were playing in that. I don't know. Was it the playoff game where the Steelers came all the way back and the stadium was half empty?
That was 2003, the 2002 season, January 2003, when we had Kelly Holcomb throw for 400 yards, and you had that Chris Amatu Malafala or whatever like that. Yeah, and you guys stormed back from it was 24-7 Browns, and you guys came back and won.
Yeah, Tommy Gunn brought them back.
Yeah, Tommy Maddox. Yeah.
Oh, Tommy Maddox.
Tommy Gunn brought them back. I remember watching that game with the big booty TV I had.
The Buckeyes had just won the national championship that Friday night, and that Sunday is when the Browns played. Yeah.
Yep.
They beat Florida, right?
Miami. Yep.
Miami. Mark Gastineau.
The Hurricanes. Yep.
I'm a U fan, but I was a Dan Marino fan, so all the teams in Miami I just watched.
Oh, okay. Well, Bernie Kosar went to the U.
That's right, Bernie Kosar.
Tim Kelly.
Bernie Kosar follows me on the Driving to the Top page.
Oh, really? Bernie Kosar follows me on Twitter too. So hey, shout out to Bernie. Hey.
I always try to say he did talk to me back once. I'd love to have him on. Oh my gosh, imagine the football talk. If he comes on, if I ever get him, guys, you two will be the first two.
Okay.
Oh yeah, definitely
send the invite to.
Man, that dude is knowledgeable. But you know what?
Yeah.
That dude said couple weeks back, he said Deshaun gonna injure that shoulder again.
Damn.
You watch if he plays, he's gonna injure that shoulder because it's not gonna get no better.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
I
he
have
said
a
that.
Marino signed jersey, Jay.
That's a trick.
Yeah, cause
Yeah.
I said I gotta get used to the idea. After tomorrow, come and go see the Marvels tomorrow with my son. I might not talk to him after that for a couple weeks.
Nice. Hey, happy Thanksgiving. We'll
Yeah,
talk
because
to
he is a Pittsburgh fan. And then on top of that, he's a Michigan fan. So
Oh, Jesus.
Ooh.
you might.
Keith, what happened?
I dropped him.
Okay, fair enough. That's fair. That's okay. I accept that.
dropped him.
I accept that answer.
So, Keith, you're going to see the Marvels tomorrow?
Yep,
It's very good.
I heard. I
I
heard.
saw it in 3D. Don't look at me. I don't get into it, but I went on a date, so whatever.
Hey, how'd the date go? Let's get to the real. How'd the date go?
It went okay.
Okay.
We went to a movie and we did the old-fashioned thing, dinner and a movie.
Oh my God. Okay, you
Yeah,
classy guy.
we did some old-fashioned shit, and
That's what's up.
I went to Longhorn.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Got a couple ribeye steaks going and shit. Yeah. No, we had a good
Okay.
date.
Can I be your date next time? That sounds
Right
good.
now, all of a sudden, I'm not gay. So anyway,
I'm just gonna dine and dash. Okay, don't worry about it.
great. You're gonna dine and ghost.
Yes, I gotta go to the
Dine and
restroom, and you got the bill, homie.
Yes, Jay. I did have a rib. Actually, we both had a ribeye. So
My boy Jay said, "Nice ribeye."
Mm.
let me tell you something though. Like, I finally ate ribeye, and now I know what the hell I've been missing. I used to just get like New York strip or sirloin, but
Yeah.
I don't think I'm
Yeah.
ever going back to those two ever again. But that's just me. Ribeye was just so fucking good.
I know.
There's just something about the ribeye, man.
Mm.
Anyway,
They got me hungry. Damn.
Sounds good.
yes,
My
the
boy Jay
taste is
said the
way
taste.
different than
Yeah.
Yeah.
way different than his other two, for sure.
Yes, sir.
Holy
Now I
cow.
want a ribeye. Damn it.
Right?
Oh, looks like I'm going to Longhorn tomorrow. Damn it.
I was in Dallas and they would deliver steak on the Sizzlers.
Oh,
Really?
Yes. They would deliver steak. Like I would call a steakhouse and they would bring it to you. Like in a hotel room or whatever.
Hmm.
And they're like, yeah. So I was highly impressed.
So you're
Yeah.
so you're like, give me a steak for me, and the prostitute gets one too, or how'd that work?
I was down there for
Oh
work.
shit! No, he
I was
didn't.
married at the time. So I was on good behavior.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh shit!
We gotta have fun, Hurricane. We gotta have some fun.
We had a good time. We had a good time in Dallas. Luckily, it was with all my other coworkers, and we went out, and I got the tour of that Jerry Jones Stadium.
Oh yeah, AT&T. Yep.
Man,
Dude, it was a 4.5-hour tour.
Damn.
What? Damn.
Jesus.
But the cool thing at the end, you got to go in the cheerleaders' locker room. You got to go in the players' locker room, and then they had racks of footballs out that you could go on the field and play catch.
That would be the
Oh
fun
wow,
part.
that's slick.
I'd want to kick a field goal.
I had my terrible
Man.
towel. I laid it out in the end zone and took a picture.
Oh.
And then they escorted you out of there, and it was
No, they were laughing. They were loving it.
Yeah, it wasn't like you're not an Eagles fan. They don't hate you.
Right.
Oh, they don't hate you.
Right.
They don't
All I
hate
said
you
was-
till
all
Super
I-
Bowl time.
Like when someone said something to me, I went, "Didn't Neil O'Donnell play for you guys?
That's right. That's funny. That is funny.
Threw 2 touchdowns to Larry
That's-
Brown in the Super Bowl."
Yeah,
Neil O'Donnell and Bernie played for him too.
Oh man.
Man, my dad's from Pittsburgh, and I mean he's a Browns fan, but he even says he's like, man, I'll never understand how Neil O'Donnell like is not investigated for like just throwing that game, just
Oh, you talking about that
Well,
Super Bowl?
I mean,
when
I don't
Dallas
understand how Michael Irving and Eric Green were supposed to be able to play after getting pulled over with all that weed in the car.
yeah. They had a lot of weed.
Well,
maybe
a lot of weed.
a lot of weed.
Oh man.
Oh man, good stuff.
Bobby Brister, baby. So, did anyone? So, speaking of the Bobby Brister, he won a Super Bowl.
No.
Oh, who did he
Wait
take?
a minute. Didn't he play for Denver?
Yes, he was the
He
backup.
played for the Broncos.
right.
Yeah,
That's right.
he played for the Broncos with the Mile High Salute.
I thought that was funny when I saw that. I was like,
Yeah, we all thought Terrell Davis was the difference. It was really Bobby Brister holding the clipboard.
That's right. It was Bobby Brister the whole time.
I miss Lewis Lips, the wide receiver. I like those old Steeler teams. Yeah, Carnell Lake.
Carnell Lake's son is in the league now.
Yeah, sure is. Yep.
I think he plays for San Diego or LA Chargers.
I think it's the Chargers.
It
is the Chargers. It is the Chargers. Bernie did too. Yep.
I mean, next year we're going to be talking about Joe Horn Jr. and Marvin Harrison Jr.
God, we're getting old.
Mm-hmm.
No, we just get to watch greats.
That's true. Okay.
Unfortunately, Joe Horn's only going to be remembered for what play?
The cell phone thing?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like, that was the only play that came to your mind, didn't it?
Yep. I know he was a good receiver for the Saints and everything, but I mean, that's what I remember him for.
Right, because it was clowning.
Yeah.
The Browns
just like Randy Moss. I'll just remember. No.
When he moved to Green Bay.
Yeah, when he did the butt thing.
The Browns probably would have went to the Super Bowl in the '80s had Don Rodgers still been alive.
That would, yeah. But he's not.
Night off. Good night, Jay. We
Later,
about to
Jay.
get
Nice
off here
food.
too. Yes. Be sure to kick it with us on Sunday afternoon at high noon for the Loc'D On Sports pregame.
Well, I'm gonna beg Kevin.
I got a new intro.
Oh shit!
Got a new intro courtesy of my brother G-Host and Mr. Fofo. Got a new intro.
Fo.
Got a new intro. You'll be debuting this Sunday.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm gonna check out this restream and see what the hell this thing's all about. I kind of like it.
Mm-hmm.
What did you use? StreamYard?
Yeah.
Because like I was telling him, I had StreamYard too at one time. I had StreamYard. That's what I first started out with. Matter of fact,
I kind of like it feels like the quality is a little better. It's a little more focused. I mean, I can't see any of the background shit, but
right. I know I could see that Jailblazer jersey back at you. That 43 clearly.
Troy Polamalu?
Yeah.
Let's move over a little bit then. We'll show Minka Fitzpatrick.
No, my knee hurts. Don't show him.
That's what Cleveland. That's who Cleveland want to see on Sunday. And he'll put a jersey on.
Larry Foote. This isn't even all of them. Like,
my son would be proud. My son is proud of you right now.
Lamar Woodley. I have a Polamalu with the Dan Rooney patch on it. I have a green jersey.
A green
Kevin
jersey.
Green. Kevin Green.
Kevin Green. Oh, okay.
Isn't that mean? That's mean.
Or is that mean? That's Mean Joe Green.
Mean Joe Green.
Yeah, Kevin Green was 91. Rest his soul.
Yeah.
Oh, Mean Joe Green.
Yeah.
The Coke Man.
The Coke. Yeah. Can I have a Coke? Remember that commercial or whatever?
Right.
Yeah, I remember that commercial as a kid. I remember that. They made me cry when I was in the 4th grade.
Oh.
Because I was a Dallas Cowboy fan too, and my dude dropped the ball in the end zone in the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, that famous one when he dropped. Yeah.
Jackie Smith. Yeah, the tight end.
Yep.
Would have won the game because we was coming back.
Just like Rashard Mendenhall dropped the ball. He didn't fumble it; he dropped it.
Yeah, let's not talk about fumbles in Cleveland, okay? Ernest Biner.
No, like seriously, did you guys see that Rashard Mendenhall keep saying he dropped the ball and he didn't fumble it?
Jeez.
That's the same thing.
I'm like,
did you see the one where Rashard Mendenhall was talking about Ray Lewis? He said, I looked at Ray Lewis. I said, he's small. I'm going to run over this dude. Until he
And then
ran into him
yeah,
and hurt his shoulder and was out for the rest of the season.
yeah. And then Ray Lewis said, "I'll kill you later."
Man, oh, Jesus.
I'm bad tonight, Keith. I'm bad. It's Friday. I'm not. I'm not being politically correct here today.
He said, it's Friday.
No, are we supposed to be?
No.
Oh, yeah, we over. We over, but fuck it, it's a Friday night, so hell.
Yeah. Fuck it.
It's a Friday night. I ain't got to get up in the morning, so hell, shit.
I got work tomorrow, but it ain't till like 10 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Shit.
Exactly.
I'm glad I got the pop on, guys.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. I'm glad for having you on. Because
know.
I like
I
this
don't know how
kind of
long your show
dialogue.
normally goes, but I have a feeling it's not an hour and 45 minutes.
No, we go an hour. We go an hour.
Yeah, we do about an hour.
I tend to do that. Like Keith, do you guys find it like that? You know, it's always good to have like another host on the show as a guest, because that way there's more questions and more more talkative stuff other than just a guest.
Yes.
Yeah, I can't even when I do like the We Like Sports. If I'm by myself, but just with the guests, it's kind of it gets weird. You got to have somebody else to bounce shit off of, and then like Keith will come in with his questions. It's like I don't know. You don't want to dominate it. I think the back and forth, and then sometimes there'll be situations where you can like tag team somebody, and like depending on what the topic is, it's just so much better.
Right. Now, when we do the post game and the pre game, it used to be me and Ed bouncing stuff off each other and everything.
Yeah. But we had so much to talk about because it's game specific, so it's so much easier then,
Right. You only have to game plan. You only have to prepare for
one thing.
Well, first off, you can only go for that certain amount of time.
Right. The game's going to start.
The game's going to start.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
that's why
you have to get off at least you can 45 minutes tops.
Right.
Yep.
Right. Yep.
Then I got to look over quick fantasy notes and see if any of my players aren't playing.
Exactly.
We still live in a fantasy world where there's money involved. So we still want to keep up to date on that, right?
Right.
Yeah, no doubt. Cash moves everything around us.
Yes, and then when post game come on, we just basically go over what we went over. Really, the points of that came in the open with a preview and stuff, basically. And then what I've seen, we get more response on the post game.
Oh my God, it's night and day.
It's night and day.
Yeah, I saw that too. Matt and them, they get a lot of comments on the post game.
Oh yeah,
people are fired up, or they're running.
Yeah, they fired up.
I'm sure when Matt and Josh do their show, that people are going to be fired up because they absolutely destroyed a team that everyone's come to hate. Yes. I'm sure you guys. I'm sure we're all on the same page. Cincinnati fans suck.
Yes, when Jamar Chase called us the elves. It's like, fuck him.
Yep.
Fuck him. He the biggest self. He the biggest self out of all of them.
Like we've been saying, fuck Pittsburgh for like hundreds of years now. It's like with Cincinnati, it's like, who the fuck? You've been around for 20 minutes and yet you spouting off like you think you run the NFL now.
Your last playoff win, besides your last ones, were before text messages.
Yeah, right. Right.
Exactly.
They didn't even have pagers yet.
I think we had pagers.
Okay.
I think.
See,
I got
Cincinnati went into the season conveniently, where they just figured all we had to do was show up and we're going to be in the playoffs again.
Look, everyone should have seen a problem like, what was that, like the 5th day of camp where Burrow got hurt.
Yep.
Everyone like I know we all did. We all went, man, he's hurt.
We did too. I was like that too. Like,
he gets hurt every offseason.
Cincinnati people tried to cover it up like he's fine.
Oh, he good.
They tried to cover it up like they do that nasty Skyline chili with all the cheese on top.
Oh my God.
They're like, he cool. We'll be all right.
I ate that.
Throw
once,
some more
and I didn't
cheese
like
on it. Throw some more cheese on it. It's
Check
all
out.
right.
We 1-3 right now. When we get to winning, and that's why I say you can't take no days off because this game is cruel to you. Think about it. If I told you September 9th that Cleveland will be about Nick Chubb, Deshaun Watson, Conklin, and now Jedrick Wills for the next couple more weeks, you'd be looking at me like, you got to be crazy. That shit ain't going to happen.
Brother, you crazy.
And then on top of
And
that,
then you're
you
going to
find
tell me you
out,
was re-sign Kareem Hunt?
right, and we
Yeah,
gonna,
sure,
and we need Kareem Hunt on top of that.
And who's this Jarrell Ford guy?
Right. It's like, and it's just like with Baltimore. Mark Andrews, done.
Now you got Isaiah Likely. J.K.
Yep.
Dobbins, done. Now you got Gus
Yep.
Edwards, and you have the Mitchell guy, and then you also have another guy too. They have three. Baltimore has always had solid backs.
Yes. And then you look at Cincinnati now. Burrow, done.
Drowning.
And Cincinnati more in a worse position than we is, because at least our defense can still carry us.
Yeah.
Now, let me throw a quick conspiracy out there. Did Cincinnati tank on purpose to have Chase and Harrison?
Interesting. Because you know they're not going to re-sign T. Higgins.
Or are they going to go after the kid out of LSU? Not the quarterback, not Daniels.
The receiver out of LSU. Hey, that's a possibility. That's a good possibility.
I mean, these are just thoughts, but there's that would be a dangerous tandem for Joe Burrow to come back to.
Yes.
He ain't ever coming back. What are you talking about? his hand's gonna fall off.
You don't come around. Who knows?
And that's crazy because I had told these guys at work this afternoon. I said Joe Burrow, he's gonna be out for a while. I had no idea. When I got home, then I looked at my phone. I was like, out for the season? I was like,
it looked bad last night. It did look bad.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's coming back to the Addams family thing. His hand's gonna come off and just
like I said, it was so blown up. I was like, that's not normal.
Right.
No.
I mean, yeah. I forget who I was talking to, but I was like, that's not normal at all.
Nah, not at all.
Do you think if the NFL used Nerf footballs that Kenny Pickett would light it up?
All right, so he has to have a big game this week to get people off his ass.
Yeah, I would say so. I would
Pickett can have a big game as long as the running game don't do nothing. Let him throw for 300.
If he has a big game, that means the running game did a lot of stuff.
We're going to have to make Pickett be the hero. I don't want the running game to do nothing.
Well, we did get a big target back this week.
Who was that?
Frymouth.
Oh, Frymouth?
Yeah. Shit. I hope if he goes across the middle, we're dead.
Like I said, both of our middles are thin right now.
Right. Both defenses are weak in the middle.
Right.
Both defenses.
But we don't. The problem with Stefanski is his routes for his receivers, and even we don't run middle routes.
No,
so,
we don't.
You know what I'm saying?
Only one runs is Njoku, when usually all his passes are screens.
Look, you got a rookie quarterback. They're going to be running. They're going to be doing whatever they can to keep it short and simple.
Oh, of course.
I hope. Like I said,
it ain't gonna be no 5 wide this time.
We don't have
If it's 5 wide this time, I'm gonna go down there and stop the play myself.
5 guys, burgers, and fries. We ain't got 5 guys go wide.
Oh
Kevin,
my God!
Look at your talent right now. You don't have this kind out there.
We'll see what happens, boys.
Yeah, exactly. That's why they lace them up on Sunday.
What time you guys go live on post game?
Post game, 30 minutes, half hour after the game.
I will definitely
Keith says it's because he likes to give people time to calm down and chill. I think it's because he's freaking out and needs to calm down and chill himself.
Yeah, true.
True. Okay.
True. I'm gonna be honest, because after that Seattle game, I was pissed off. I don't think. Yeah, I did
Yeah.
come on there on the Seattle game. I was PO.
Geno Smith, I think his age is finally catching up.
Yeah.
I wasn't impressed by Seattle. Because think about it. They beat us, but we had our third string quarterback in, and we spotted them 17 points for real, for real.
Yeah.
Now that's the only thing that concerns me.
I'm not a Geno. I've never been a Geno Smith fan, and maybe it was because when he was in college, it was still the rivalry between Pitt and West Virginia.
The backyard brawl.
Where it actually meant something in the same division.
Right.
Like a lot of people like hear Geno Smith and they forget how ventured this dude is.
Yeah.
Like Geno Smith, this isn't his second year with Seattle, like second year starting quarterback. Geno Smith has been around.
Yes.
I mean, you find Jets jerseys, you find where I don't even know. Like he's just been around. He's a veteran.
Yep. Now let me ask you something. Speaking of the University of Pitt, real fast, do you think they should break ties with the ACC and maybe come to the Big Ten?
Look, we went to the ACC because of basketball.
Yeah.
Because think about it, they have a more natural rivalry.
Big Ten's becoming a mess. Isn't USC and
UCLA and Washington and Oregon?
Oregon, yes.
Right. All of a sudden, we're at the Big 13 now.
We have 14 right now. We're going to have,
16.
18?
It can't be called the Big 10 anymore. It's got to change the name.
None of these conferences have the same amount of, the numbers don't match. They never do anymore.
Right.
Because I think the Big Ten going to get one more team or two. They might get a team.
They'll eventually be 20.
They're going to probably get another team in the East and a team in the South.
To the ACC, Keith, because of basketball.
Mm.
And
Are you guys any good at basketball anymore, though?
They made the dance last year.
Yeah. But I remember when they had, Jamie Dick. Who was their coach? He was pretty good.
Jamie Dixon.
We got Chapel.
Okay.
I remember when they had Jerome Lane.
Yes.
He went to the school LeBron went to.
Yeah.
Jerome Lane, Charles Smith.
Was that the Chris Mullen years?
Yep. Sure was. The Chris Mullen and when the Georgetown years. Yep.
You know who I miss? I have a Mark Price Cavs jersey.
Nice.
Oh,
the price is right.
Yes.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite player of all time. When I'm in the driveway shooting, I'm still Mark Price. Yeah.
That was the fun years of basketball. Reggie Miller, obviously Michael Jordan. Kid even played for Dallas. I have that jersey somewhere. I have a Reggie Miller jersey too.
Nick Killer, Reggie Miller.
One of my favorite basketball players. Spike Lee. That was fun watching him go to the Garden all the time. There were some fun times back then.
Basketball, yeah, I agree.
Even though we knew the Bulls were the runners.
Right. Think about how many great teams you had, in the 90s, even the Sonics with Gary Payton, Sean Kemp. You look at the Utah Jazz, had some great teams with Malone and Stockton. But you're right. When it all was said and done, it was the Bulls and Jordan and Pippen.
Right.
And whoever came out the West.
Steve Kerr, Jason Paxson.
Yeah. Luke Longley, Bill Weddington, B.J. Armstrong, Horace Grant,
Rodman,
yeah, the Croatian sensation,
he didn't even want Rodman. And
Tony Kukoc.
Michael Jordan's like, "Can you coach him?" Jackson said, "I can coach him." He said, "Good, because we need those 20 rebounds."
Yeah.
Yep.
And then he went on to become one of the greatest rebounders in the game.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. It was unreal.
Yes.
I liked him.
I played basketball when he was 21.
My favorite teams were the Pistons, though. I love the bad boys.
Yeah, Thomas.
Yeah. Malone, Mahorn, Lane Beer.
Oh, my God, dude.
John Sally.
There was just so much fun rivalries back then. Holy cow.
I mean, I love 80s and 90s basketball was the best.
You watch Bird Trash Talk and back.
Oh, my God. Yes.
He was one of the ones that could back his shit up.
Yes. My favorite team back then was the Lakers.
Showtime.
Magic,
Story where
Showtime.
Bird took Magic to his mom's for dinner.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear that story?
I heard that story.
And Bird's mom was like, Magic, I think you're the greatest basketball player ever.
It's that smile.
I got a kick out of that one.
Yes. Did y'all watch Winning Time? The Lakers show on HBO, Matt?
I gotta watch that. I heard that was really good.
I have not watched it yet, Keith. Sorry.
It is. It's real good.
They said the people that like portrayed that, like they did a really good job with casting.
Oh, they did. They did.
That's
they
what
did
they
an
said.
excellent job.
Yeah.
Norm Nixon looked like Norm Nixon on
That's
there.
what they said. They all looked. They actually looked
Magic
like
looked like Magic.
Magic
Kareem looked like Kareem.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Man. Jerry Buss looked like Jerry Buss. They had my dude, my guy that played in the funny dude that played in some of the movies with Will Ferrell, like Step Brothers or whatever.
Oh, John C. Reilly?
Yeah, they had him playing Jerry Buss.
Oh, nice.
Man. But we about to get up out of here because we've been on here.
I was about to ask you guys, since we're on basketball, what are your top 3
in the league?
Like out of the whole conversation of Kobe, LeBron, and
top 3 of all time. Oh. Okay.
Where do you guys rank them? Keith, you're in Cleveland. Obviously, you might favor LeBron a little bit, but in the 11 years of being in Cleveland, he only brought 1 championship.
True. I have to go with.
You gotta come back for it.
I gotta go with 1. I gotta give it to Jordan, even though I'm not a Jordan.
Me
fan.
too. I agree with that. I'm Jordan 1 as well.
I gotta give it to Jordan.
2 LeBron.
2.
I give it to Kobe.
2.
And 2.
I'm gonna give it to Bill Russell, number 2.
I was going out of those 3.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go. Yeah. I'm gonna go Kobe 3, LeBron 2, Michael 1.
But why?
Yep.
Because Kobe was Michael. You look at Kobe; he's everything Michael was. But Michael did it with 6 rings. Kobe got 5. I get that. I think I will say one thing: when Kobe won, not after he won the 3 championships with Shaq, I was like, okay, he's winning it with these great teams, kind of like Michael did. But I'll be real: when Kobe won it with Paul Gasol in that group right there with Lamar Odom, Paul Gasol, like in 2009 or whatever like that, I thought to myself, okay, to me, he elevated himself, so I can now put him in the top 3. I look at LeBron. I think he's an overall better basketball player than Kobe. I even think LeBron's a better overall basketball player than Jordan. The only difference is Jordan was such a winner. Like, there's something to be sick when you're 6-0 and got 6 MVPs in the finals. And plus, he was the first to do it. He is like the Babe Ruth, the new modern Babe Ruth of basketball to me.
Jordan also won Offensive Player of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year in 1 year.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
You can actually
do 0 Defensive Players of the Year.
Yes, exactly.
But the one thing about LeBron is you can say wherever LeBron goes, his team will contend.
Yeah, he automatically makes you a finals.
Because think about some of them Cavs teams.
They were horrible. 07. Look at the 07 Cavs team.
Right. He ain't had nobody that can average plus 10 besides him.
When you're throwing the ball to Sasha Pavlovich.
That goes back to the Lemieux talk. Lemieux had nobody.
He had He had Yarger, though, right?
And think about it.
Yarger was a rookie the year they won.
Oh,
and to go to 3 different teams and win a championship with all 3.
Yeah, that says something. I mean,
that says a lot. Because check out
Jordan and Kobe did it on 1 team.
Right. But Jordan ain't do nothing when he was at Washington.
He averaged 20 points.
He had nobody in Washington.
I know.
Hey, LeBron had nobody in Cleveland.
Yeah, that's true too.
But I'm not going to hate on Jordan. He did his thing. Yep. But he finally did get one.
Hey, all I know why Jordan's better than LeBron is because Space Jam, the original, is better than Space Jam 2.
Oh, yeah, it laps that movie. It laps this movie. I ain't going to even lie. The original one was way better than
Yep. Bingo. That's to me, and hey, that ends all arguments right there. Space Jam.
Well, all right. We about to get up off of here.
I was going to say, boys, it has been an awesome night.
Yes.
Yes. I'd like to thank Hurricane for coming on. Hurricane, tell everybody your platforms real quick.
We've got Driving to the Top Productions on YouTube, Driving to the Top on Twitter. Obviously, Sports Talking It is where I do my shows on Twitter. Sports Talking With, you can find the links on the Driving to the Top on YouTube. You can find Matt and Josh there under Charm City Heavyweights. Bill's Sports Chat is there. Jamie and Joe kill it on Tuesday nights at 8 o'clock. We're working on getting a couple more guys back on the ball. We've had some new jobs come up for those guys, so we're slowly getting back into progress. I've been a work in progress myself. I've had a lot go on since about August 13th of this year. It's just been a crazy year since about that date. My buddy was in that house explosion with his kid, and
I still can't believe that. I still can't.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
And then, it's just been like a downward spiral since then. But, it eventually you catch grip, kind of like when Tommy Boy was falling down the hill and he grabbed that little rope and saved him from falling down the rest. But anyway, you get back on your feet eventually, and my crew's behind me, and they know I've gone through a lot. So, we're getting there. And I thank you guys. You guys are welcome to come on our shows anytime you want. And
yes.
And hopefully I'm welcome back. And I know Keith's like, I am an hour and a half well over time tonight. But, it's a little bit easier when you don't have to get your ass out of bed in the morning.
Oh, yeah. Also, before I go real quick, shout out to the Glenville Tarbletters. They advanced to the state semifinals by defeating Sandusky Perkins 36-26.
Congrats,
big school in Cleveland.
Yes, get that second one. Let's go. Ed, you got anything to say before we get off?
I'll see you Sunday, Keith, and check out the We Like Sports show Mondays at 5:30 with Keith as well. So other than that, have a great night, gentlemen. And hopefully on Sunday, go Browns, fuck Pittsburgh, but honestly, Hurricane. And honestly, in all fairness, you're a great guy, and whatever happens, happens. And it's all fun. It's all sports, but don't hate each other.
Sports hate. I get along with people. Obviously, I went with Sports Talking It, not just Steelers, because I like to talk about everything. I can't just stick to one topic. I'm more of a better guest as a Steelers fan than I am a host. I've been doing a couple shows though with the Steelers, some sports or Steelers podcast realm, and I know, I don't know if you guys know them guys or not, but they are awesome guys. And maybe get them to check in with you, and that'd be fun. They're pretty good.
I'm definitely with that. Definitely.
But like I said, get in touch with him. I got his number, so I can just.
Okay.
So
cool.
Yeah, they're awesome guys over there. They do the pregame show with like you guys and everything else. Look at me doing free promotion for people.
Look at that. Hey,
no problem.
Yes.
Anyway, they're really good. They got their own little app now too, and they're trying to get all teams on there just to come on and bullshit, and they talk. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
I'm gonna check it out. So
yeah, I have to
free promotion. I don't like this shit.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Anyway,
right,
Keith, it's been fun, buddy.
Yeah, end this mofo.
Yeah, stop, man.
Yes, like I said, subscribe to the Alaviz Media 2 YouTube channel scrolling at the bottom. Subscribe to that tomorrow, maybe the Triad Committee tomorrow, where we'll talk the craziest adult talk there is on every Saturday at 5 p.m. So
wait, what is this show now?
The Triad Committee.
Adult talk.
Yes.
Like what is this? What is this?
Everything and anything.
You can describe your dates.
Now I'm intrigued.
In detail. You can describe your dates in detail.
Your dates in detail and all that kind of stuff.
Oh my gosh.
And
Now I'm
my
fucking
boy,
intrigued.
Nasty Nail would tell you to take wipes with you when you go to these females and you want to do oral liticus and all that kind of stuff and
Hey
everything.
now.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
real.
it's
It's
word on the
real.
streets are it's for real, for real.
Yes, definitely for real. But I'd like
I
to
got it.
thank you all for
You guys
coming
send me the
on.
link to watch this show. I'll be at work.
Okay,
Okay.
I'll do that.
But I'll listen to it while I'm in my car, not in the office.
All right. All right, y'all. We out. Peace. Hold up. I gotta get all this shit off of here real quick. Let's get this off. Let's get that off right there. Let's get that off. Let's go to design. Let's get the design off. Let's see. And we out in 10 seconds. Locked On Sports 216 signing out. Peace.